Hi YouTube, Luminousz Star here. Welcome to my channel, Luminousz Star. If this is your first time, welcome. And at the end of the video, please hit the like and or subscription button. Hopefully, at the end of the video, everyone will leave me comments and even some questions. Okay, to my current subscribers, you know what's coming. Mwah. Thank you so much for your subscription. Tonight, guys, I'm going to make this video very brief. I'm going to be talking about broken personal boundaries. Now, this is something that narcissists absolutely love to do in every relationship that they have. They like to break the personal boundaries. So that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. I'm going to be going over a few examples of the method of their madness, the narcissism and their madness, okay? Because we already know they love to do the crazy making, okay? So I'm going to be going over a few examples of their method of madness, okay, when it comes to breaking down those personal boundaries. Now, I'm also going to be sharing with you guys a couple of tools that I have found to be very effective, especially when I was being goaded into an argument, okay? And this is something that I know you guys looking at this video, you already have been through that at least one time with the narcissist, where they try to goad you into an argument and you can feel that that's what they were doing. Okay, that's part of the crazy making. Actually, that's part of the crazy making that narcissists love to do in order to break down personal boundaries. Okay, so here we go. Now, one of the examples of the breaking down of a personal boundary is childish, going back to, just childish arguments. Okay, they try to goad you, and the narcissist tries to goad you into an argument, which is very childish. Okay, so they use, another example is sarcasm. You may be saying something to a narcissist, and their response, they may be using sarcastic, they may be speaking to you sarcastically. They may be using sarcasm. And they may do that seemingly just off the fly. You can't figure out where it's coming from. You're trying to have a nice conversation with them, and they're just being sarcastic, seemingly for, the hell of it. And you're like, well, where is that coming from? I've been through this. Matter of fact, the sarcasm thing, I've been through that with a couple of narcissists I can think about from my past. I've been through that a couple of times. It's like we're having a conversation and they're just being sarcastic, seemingly for no damn good reason. So that's part of the crazy making. So that's another example that narcissists like to use in order to break down personal boundaries. So they like to use sarcasm. So the first one is they like to goad you into a childish argument. Very childish. Number two, they like to use sarcasm. That's another thing. And it seems to not come out, just seems to come out of nowhere. So they like the sarcasm. And they love to start yelling. Okay, that's the third example. Yelling. Fourth example is similar to the third one. They like to raise their voices, right? So they try to intimidate you. And this doesn't have to be, a male doing this to a female. It can be female to male. Okay, it doesn't matter the gender. All of these, they don't really matter the gender. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and recap. First one, childish argument. Second one, sarcasm. Third one is, let me think. Okay, I'm sorry, guys. I do this sometimes. I lose my train of thought. Yes, yelling. And then the fourth one is raising voices. Okay, so they like to do that. Okay, maybe I should drink some water, right? Okay, guys. All right, back on track. So these are some of the examples that narcissists do in order to break down personal boundaries, which is a violation. Breaking down personal boundaries is a violation. Okay, and we all know this. I'm not telling you guys anything that you don't know. But see, this is the idea. The narcissist wants to do the violation because they want to break down that personal boundary, which this helps them to feel like they're in control. So they like to try to goad you into a childish argument. Then they like to lay on the sarcasm. Then they like to hit you again with yelling and raising their voices, trying to intimidate you. So they're, you're being bombarded with all of this stuff, which is the idea. They want you to feel attacked. They want you to feel violated. First, they're trying to attack you, then they want you to feel that violation, because this makes them feel like they're in control. I know it sounds pretty sadistic and sick, because it is, but then we are talking about the narcissist, right? So those are a few of the examples that narcissists, they like to do in order to break down personal boundaries. These are just some of the examples that I could come up with, right? Because I've gone through some of these things. And another thing that that narcissists like to do is they like to bring up the past, right? It can be something from 30 years ago, 15 years ago, 5 years ago, and you're like, where did that come from? We're not even talking about that. They can be in an argument, right? Usually they will start the argument, and they're arguing, and if, unfortunately, if you are goaded into the argument, then they will bring up something in the past, and you're like, where did that come from? But see, this is what the narcissist likes to do. Again, this is a violation. This is breaking down personal boundaries, which is a violation, because they want you to feel very small in the relationship. This is something that narcissists absolutely love to do. Okay, that's their aim, is to make you feel violated, whether that is emotionally, spiritually, maybe even sexually, physically. They want you to feel violated and very small. And they want you to feel like you're the child in a relationship, which is ironic, because it is the narcissist who is usually the child in the relationship, or they behave more childlike, right? I mean, guys, I've been there and done that. Okay, so I want to share with you guys just one of the tools. I'm going to be giving you two of them, but pertaining to these examples, I'm going to give you one tool that has absolutely been very effective for me. Now, when I have actually been goaded into an argument, and actually, I can think of a few times in my past dealing with a narcissist that I have been goaded into an argument, right? Now, one of the things that I started doing was using the gray rock method. That means I'm not going to behave as if I am emotionally invested in the relationship. I'm going to be almost like becoming like a person who doesn't feel, and they're just not present. And of course, that you're a person who's capable of feeling, thinking. I mean, you know that. You know yourself. But you are not sharing this with the narcissist. It takes practice. It's an adjustment. And at first, I did slip up. Sometimes, yes, guys, I'm human. You're going to slip up sometime. So this is an adjustment, and it's going to take some practice to do. So when you start doing this, I'm going to give you fair warning. You're probably not going to be that good at it, but as you keep doing it, it will become more natural for you to do this when you're dealing with a narcissist. In other words, you're not going to behave as if you are emotionally invested in the relationship anymore, right? You're gonna have to do this, right? So when they're trying to goad you into an argument, so they're insulting you, they may be calling you stupid or dumb, or they're criticizing you, unmercifully. It's crazy, right? So instead of answering any of that, just go to a place in your mind that the narcissist cannot get to, right? It's like you hear them, but you're not receiving what they're saying. It's difficult to do, but it can be done, right? Now, I found this to work a lot. I have had to do this several times. So this has been very effective for me. So do the gray rock method, meaning you're not even behaving like you're emotionally invested, because you're not. Because you know what's going on. The narcissist is trying to goad you into an argument so you can become feel like a child in the relationship. So you can feel small. So you can feel violated. So if you know that, there's your ammunition. There's your defense, because you already know what you know the method to their madness. Whereas at first, maybe you weren't quite aware of what was going on, but now you know what's going on. You know exactly what they're trying to do, and you're just not going to go along with it. So what you do is, again, the gray rock method. You're not, no matter what they say, you're not emotionally invested. So it doesn't sink in, right? You're not taking it personally, what they say, because you no longer care about how the narcissist may feel about you. You no longer care. Or you don't care enough to try to please them anymore. So the emotional investment is key, right? Meaning you're going to have to root that up. You're going to have to remove that. You're going to have to do that. It's going to take practice, and it's going to take an adjustment. I'm just giving you fair warning. It's going to be an adjustment, but it is highly effective. And I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm just saying, I will suggest to try it for yourself. I have found that it works like a charm. And for example, if a question is asked of you, and if you want to answer it, I say you don't have to answer it, because really you're not obligated to the narcissist at all. You can say something like, well, I can see that you're upset about something that I just cannot help you with. I'll talk to you later. Now, if you're physically around the narcissist, when that happens, that works. I see you're upset about something that I just can't help you with. Don't say anything else. I see you're upset about something that I can't help you with. And you keep doing that. You just keep doing that. And if you're physically around them, walk away. I mean, literally, after you finish, be quiet, walk away. Literally walk away. And if you're in a car, or if you're in an elevator, or if for some reason you cannot actually physically get away, this method still works. I see you're upset about something that I can't help you with. Don't say anything else. It's proven to be very effective for me, because see what that does is that proves that you're not emotionally invested, because you're not trying to calm them down. I see that you're upset about something. I don't know. You're upset about something, and I can't help you with that. Be quiet. Walk away. You're on the phone with them, bleep, hang up. Because see, what that does is that helps you to keep your personal power, and you keep all of their stuff over there on the narcissist. They have no choice but to keep it. They can't throw anything on you, because you're saying, like a gray rock, right? I see that, because that's a very strong, statement. That right there, just you're retaining your personal power. I can see that the narcissist is upset about something. It's not my stuff. It's not my fault. Whatever you're upset about. I see that you're upset about something that I just cannot help you with. But really in your mind, you're thinking, I choose not to help you with, because you're no longer emotionally invested. I hope that makes sense. I found that to be very effective for me, whether I was physically around a narcissist or not. And I have been able to use this when I was around a narcissist, and even when I wasn't physically around. Worked like a charm. Now, the other thing, the other tool that I'm going to share with you guys is, actually, you know what? I'm going to end this video with that. Because I don't want to overwhelm you guys with any information. I'm going to leave you with that, and I'm going to do another video on this. Don't worry. I'm going to do another video on this because narcissists, they love to try to break down the personal boundaries. So I'm going to leave you guys with that in mind. The gray method, the gray rock method, those examples that I share with you guys and that tool that I share with you guys. Okay, I want to leave you with that right now, and I'm going to do another video. So stay tuned for part 2 of this video. Until next time, take care of yourself. Mwah.